Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nurse Lee, and on my channel I talk about nursing, beauty, and lifestyle. So if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do so right now. If you have already hit the subscribe button, thank you so much. Don't forget to turn on your post notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I post a new video. So as you can see in the title of this video, this video is mainly me celebrating my 1 year as a practicing registered nurse. Last year, October 2019, I started as a fresh new grad nurse, and this year of October 2020 makes it officially 1 year. So I'm just excited and very grateful to have made it this far in my nursing career. Just to give you guys a little bit of a background in case you don't already know, I passed my NCLEX exam last year of May 2019 and started working on a med-surg unit at a hospital in October of 2019. So it's been officially 1 year, and I just can't believe how time has flown by so fast. I feel like I've just started working as a new nurse yesterday. Like, the fact that it's already 1 year, it just blows my mind how time really does fly by. So I'm very excited to be a nurse for a year. I know some people will be like, oh my God, she's still, she's still new, which I am, of course, but I have 1 year under my belt. So that is very exciting to me. Let's flash back to when I first started as a new grad, fresh off the boat nurse. Back in October of 2019, I was so nervous, anxious, and I didn't know what to really expect. It's like, yeah, I passed my NCLEX and everything, but I feel like I still don't really know anything or know what I'm doing, on the unit. So thank the Lord, I got a really great preceptor to precept me. And she made everything so much better. She made my nervousness kind of calm down, my anxiousness go away, because she would always reassure me, saying you got your NCLEX on your own. You passed that exam on your own. You've been through nursing school. All you have to do is put it into practice. And I would just be looking at her I'm still nervous. So she would just walk me through everything, guide me. She didn't expect me to know much at all. She was literally teaching me from the basics on up. So I really appreciated that about my preceptor. She made, like I said, she made everything flow well, and she made me build the confidence to eventually branch out on my own, and be on my own as a practicing nurse. So I'm just letting it all sink in, because like I said, I can't believe it's already been a year. What else? I just want to share some things with you guys throughout my journey. Towards the end of this video, I'll just be sharing do's and don'ts as a new grad nurse, things you should do, things you shouldn't do that I've learned so far, and I'm still learning. It's still so much to learn. Yes, I've learned a lot, and I feel like I know what I'm doing. I mean, I've made it to a year, but I still have a whole lot to learn. Every day I go on the unit, it's something new, something different, something has changed. So it's always going to be a learning process for me, as me, working as a nurse. And, like I said, I was precepted for I believe 6 to 7 weeks, which to me was not a long time at all. And then eventually I was on my own. But at the end of the day, my preceptor would always reassure me, you're not on your own, you're not alone. Always ask for help if you need anything. If you feel like you don't know if you feel like you don't know something, or if you're second guessing yourself, ask for help, because there are a lot of older nurses on my unit who are very helpful. So if there's something I don't know, they're quick to help me and guide me in the right direction. So, and as I continued working on my own, you know, without my preceptor by my side, I was, that's when I developed a routine and, you know, just developed my own working style. I want to say, like, because she has her own working style, and everything she taught me, she would be like, just formulate it into your own so that it works for you, because everyone is different. So, and it's been a great experience so far. I can't really complain. You know, my patients, thankfully, they've all really appreciated my hard work, everything I do for them. They appreciate it. They're always, you know, telling me how great of a nurse I am. And, you know, sometimes some of my patients are like, how long have you been doing this? And it's like, uh-oh. Should I let them know it's a year or not? But, you know, I say it's going on a year, or, you know, well, it's a year now, but previously I'm like, yeah, it's going on a year, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Like, you know, you're so good. Like, you're a really good nurse. And, you know, I'm very grateful for those, you know, compliments, for those reassuring words, and it just keeps me going to hear your patients say, you know, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much for all you've done for me. I really appreciate all your help. You know, you're an excellent nurse. You know, it motivates me. It keeps me going. It pushes me forward in my nursing career. And I'm so thankful that I was able to complete my nursing journey. It was not easy. It was not easy at all. I went through obstacles upon obstacles, but eventually I made it to the finish line, and here today to share with you guys my experience. So let's fast forward to 6 months after I started working on my unit. So 6 months after I started working on my unit, I was a little bit more comfortable than when I first started, of course, because it's like, okay, now I've developed my own routine. Just because I've developed a routine, that does not mean that's how it's going to go every single time I walk onto the unit, because things are always popping up. You know, it's like you can never have a straight line with nursing. It's like, no, because like I said, things would pop up. So yeah, I developed what I'm going to call like a baseline routine, and no matter what came in the way of my baseline routine, I would always like go back to that. So yeah, it would get interrupted by whatever may come up in the day, but that baseline routine is what I was able to develop, you know, 6 months into becoming a nurse. What else have I developed? Just like more patient interaction, and, you know, communicating is very important. Like, it is very, very important to communicate with everyone that's involved in your patient's care, whether it's the doctors, family members, you know, fellow nurses. You have to communicate everything possible that can help your patient out. That's also something I had to get used to 6 months into my nursing career, because any bit of information that you may miss out could make a huge difference. So that communication, your communication skills have got to be on point, because like I said, you have so many people you're communicating with. And on my unit, the nurse to patient ratio is 4 to 5 patients to 1 nurse. So juggling like 4 to 5 patients and be able to communicate and even like advocate for each of those patients, I had to definitely learn that and build those skills up. So another thing I learned is time management. You definitely have to have your time management on point, because, you know, I didn't want to be that nurse that would always stay after, you know, documenting until what, let's say I get off at 7:30 in the evening and I'm there till 9, 10. I was not, because especially if I had to do it again the next morning, you know, come back in the next morning at 7 a.m. So time management was something I really had to develop and work on. Like, all right, you know, no matter what comes in the way to slow me down or to, you know, back me up, with my timing, I still had to like catch up so that I'm not staying after work late. I mean, obviously the first few months of me becoming a new nurse, I was staying after work late, you know, just catching up on documentation, making sure I did everything right. And then as you go along, you start to get used to, I want to say, your documentation style and, you know, just taking care of your patients in general with the timing. You just start to get more adjusted to that. I'm not saying nowadays I don't stay late. I do have my days where it's been a hectic day and I have to stay late, but it's not every day. So time. Another thing I learned 6 months in is how to also work with my techs that I had on the unit, because we have techs that we have to, you know, communicate with and work with as well. And you do have those techs that you have to learn how to work with because they're so used to their own working way and their own working style that, you know, when they see new nurses or new people in general, it's like, I've been doing this for years. How are you going to come on the unit and tell me what to do or tell me how to do it? So in the beginning of my nursing career, it bothered me. Not gonna lie, it bothered me. But as time went on and as I was talking more and more to my preceptor about it, she's like, you can't let that bother you. If the techs are like not doing what you're telling them to do at a specific time, then either, you know, talk to them about it or just do it yourself. And that's something I had to learn. It's like, all right, instead of me getting frustrated that this tech has not done XYZ, let me communicate with the tech, like, why hasn't this been done? Do you need my help? You know, just talk about it, have a conversation. And 9 times out of 10, at least the techs on my unit are very understanding, and we work it out. We get the job. We get it done. We get the job done. But it did take, like I said, a learning experience. And we have a lot of like older techs on my unit, so it's like, and they're looking at me like, girl, you young. So you're not about to sit up here and tell me what to do. So I had to, like, you know, just woo-sigh and just like, okay, it's not about age here. It's about working together to care for our patients, and that's what we're going to do. So let's just jump right into do's and don'ts when it comes to nursing that I personally have picked up along the way, and I've learned along the way myself as to what's acceptable and what's not acceptable when it comes to nurse. Do's and don'ts I'm sharing with you guys is just to help you out. Honestly, it's just to prepare you if you're a new grad nurse fresh out of nursing school. It's just to prepare you on how to be a good nurse. So let's get right into it. So we're going to start with the do's, and then we'll move to what you don't want to do as a new nurse. So you do want to definitely ask a lot of questions as a new nurse. You're going in blindsided. Take it as you don't really know anything. Ask questions. Ask a lot of questions because each facility has their own way of doing things. They have their own protocols. It's not going to be the exact same as textbook as what you learned in nursing school. So you definitely want to ask a lot of questions, and especially if you're second guessing yourself. If you're second guessing yourself, that means you don't know. You don't know what to do. So why not be clear and ask questions to either the senior nurses on the unit, you know, anyone who's been there longer than you who may have the answer. Ask questions because that's expected as a new nurse. You're expected to ask a lot of questions because that also shows that you want to learn, you're here to learn, you're ready to be the best nurse you can be. Another do that you do want to do is just treat people nicely, treat people kind, treat people how you want to be treated. That'll also take you far. Be very nice to people. Be willing to like help people and just, you know, keep a smile on your face. You know, always keep that smile on your face. I mean, now that we're unfortunately wearing these masks, no one can see your smile, but your eyes, you can always smile with your eyes as well. So just keep a positive attitude at all times. Even if you're having a hard day, a rough day, keep a positive attitude. Try your best to remain positive. Be kind to people. Because when you're kind to people, they're more willing to help you out. They're like, okay, this person is a very genuine, kind person, so let me help them out. That will take you far. Another do that you want to do is to help your teammates. Always be willing to help them out. Nursing is a team effort. It should not only be all on one person. Yes, everyone has their own assigned patients, but that doesn't mean, oh, that's not my patient. That's not the patient who I was assigned to, so I'm not going to help them out. That's not right at all. Everybody is in it together. Teamwork makes the dream work, as you all know. So please be willing to help out with your other fellow co-workers. Like, jump out there and ask them if they need anything, if they need any help. Even if, you know, you're very busy as well, they'll see that you're busy and they'll help you in return. 9 times out of 10, they will help you in return. Just always be willing to offer help. That's very important, and that will take you far. That's what's gotten me through this 1 year, is just like, you know, helping people, and they've been helping me as well. Another do that I've learned throughout this 1 year of my nursing career is that you want to document everything. Document everything. Document, document, document. It is very important to document everything. Even the smallest things that you don't think needs to be documented, it needs to be documented. If you're thinking, should I document that? Yes, no, should I not? Should I not? Pick the, yes, you should. Definitely cover your behind and document everything so that there's no gray lines, there's no issues, there's no discrepancies with anything. Everything is clear, written in black and white. That will also take you far in this nursing career, is if you just document everything. Because as we all learned in nursing school, if it wasn't documented, it wasn't done. You don't have no proof of anything. You know, you don't have any proof. That's just what it is. So yes, please make sure you document your work completely, thoroughly. All right, so let's talk about the don'ts. The first don't I want to talk about is don't follow old habits that has been going around on the unit from the older nurses. That's not wise at all. You definitely want to either stick to what you've learned in nursing school, because that's most current, recent information, or the protocol on your facility. Follow protocol. Follow the rules for your facility. Don't just because that older nurse is doing it that way and it doesn't look right to you, then you do it the same way. That is not the way we grow in this nursing field. You want to definitely not, please do not follow old habits. Do it the way you were taught, either in school, or read the protocol, read the rules, and just, you know, do things the right way. Because us new nurses, we will see, or I've even seen a lot of like bad habits, I want to say. Things that I know that's not right, that shouldn't be done that way. So it's like, no, I'm not doing it that way. But so if you have to question what an older nurse has done, or it doesn't even have to be an older nurse, a nurse in general who you just don't feel like they're doing their care or their work correctly, please, please, please do not follow that. The old habits or the bad habits. Develop your own good habits, because that will make you stand out, and that could essentially like turn around the bad habits that's been happening on your unit by you doing the good ones. Another thing I want to share with you guys is to not let your co-workers take advantage of you. Yes, we are new nurses, so they're going to try it. Please do not let them try to make you feel like you're dumb, or you don't know anything, or you're anything less of what they are. Not true at all. Like, do not let them allow you to feel that way. And if there is a co-worker who does make you feel like that, then I feel like there's a conversation that needs to be had. You both have the same nursing license. The only thing they have on you is more years. So that's not right to be treated, you know, to be treated any kind of way or to be taken advantage of. You know what you know, and just, that's just that. So please speak up for yourself. stand up for yourself, and do not let anyone take advantage of you because you are a new nurse. Another thing I want to share that I've also learned along the way is don't give medication. Don't give a medication that you have never given before without asking questions. Either asking questions or looking it up. If you see a medication that you think you may have an idea of how it's administered, or you think you have an idea of what it's for, don't do that. Don't go with what you thinks. Go with what you know. So, time and time again, I'm reminded by my preceptor up to this day, don't give a medication you don't know. Don't give a medication that you've never heard about without looking it up or asking, questions about it. Don't just administer what you don't know. You want to know about the medication you're giving before you give it, and you want to know how to administer it before you give it. So ask questions, a lot of questions when it comes to administering medications. That's very important. All right, you guys, so those are a couple do's and don'ts that I've learned along the way as a new nurse, and I'm still practicing everything I've told you guys. Always remember that, in the beginning, it's not going to be easy. You're going to feel nervous. You're going to feel anxious. You're not going to feel confident, but as time goes on, you're going to build your confidence. And as you build your confidence, continue to build it and grow, and don't lose it at all. Don't lose your confidence. Even if you're having a rough day, do not lose focus. Just continue to remain positive and grow in your career that you're in. Just remember that you earned your nursing license. It was not given to you. You earned it, so you deserve it. And I hope that everyone will be the best new nurse they can be, and continue to teach your fellow nurses who are, coming straight out of nursing school. There's a lot of nurses who may have like 1 or 2 years. Yet just because you have 1 or 2 years, that doesn't mean you can't teach the fresh nurses who are just coming out of nursing school. And so no one is above anybody when it comes to nursing. It's all a learning experience. It's all a learning process. We're learning every day. Thank you all so much for joining me and celebrating my 1 year as a new nurse. I'm so very excited to share this with you all, and I'm excited to see where the Lord takes me from here. I'm excited to see where I go from here. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you're also a new nurse, if you're also 1 to 2 years into your nursing career, congratulations. We've made it this far together, and we're going to keep going. If you've all enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for joining Nurse Lee, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.